今天这个影片呢，第一个要跟你分享，当你在测试一颗新吹嘴的时候，你要怎么样判断这个吹嘴是好的还是不好的吹嘴呢？第二个呢，要跟你分享的是，如果你可能是比较初学者，或者是你以前可能是吹古典过来的，那当你在转换想要吹比较，比如说流行或爵士不同风格的时候呢，你可能会遇到这样的问题。那这样的问题呢，会造成你，比如说你可能买了一颗想要亮的声音，然后你买了一颗就是比较亮的吹嘴，甚至是高档版，就发现奇怪，为什么声音还是不是我要的呢？那在这个影片里面都会得到解答。这个影片呢，其实是在好一阵子之前呢，我访问Bob Sheppard， 那由他来跟你分享他是怎么想这些事情。那 Bob Sheppard 呢，合作过非常非常多就是有名的乐手，比如说 Herbie Hancock 或者是Freddie Hubbard， 那这两个都是爵士历史里面的传奇。那除此之外呢，如果你有听过 La La Land， 就是中文叫越来越爱你，那他也是在里面的，就是你听到音乐里面的萨克风手就是他。那废话不多说，我们就直接进影片吧。
The relationships between the facing curve, the radius of the curve, and that curve has to be done beautifully with that evenly, right? And the tables, the table, where the reed sits on, that has to be, sealed. That has to be very flat. I don't care what mouthpiece that you have. This is very important. And then you get down to like the tip rail, right? And you realize that some mouthpieces have really thick tip rails and some don't have a defined tip rail. That's a problem as well. The baffle in itself is sort of like can create too much resistance, or maybe create not enough airspeed. So this is a very complicated thing, because it's like airflow dynamics. This is part of why you like a mouthpiece or not as well.
Yeah, right.
Because this has to match this as far as like the airflow going through the neck. Because I have so many mouthpieces over time that I have mouthpieces that I didn't think were very good. Mm-hmm. They didn't play well. Mm-hmm. And then I would get another horn or another neck or something, and I would just try it on, and it would, wow, this is a great mouthpiece. Why it didn't work well on my neck, but it worked well on this other horn. So it's not just the mouthpiece, it's how the air moves through it. So It's very complicated. By the way, that's the way you test the mouthpiece, to see if it really plays what it's supposed to do, a mouthpiece supposed to do. I always test mouthpiece very soft, right? If you can articulate softly. That's good. You want that a mouthpiece is doing what it's supposed to do then, right?
Yeah.
Because if it plays soft very easily, then playing loud, it usually will play loud very well.
Right.
Some people test a mouthpiece and they just play loud, and they say, "Oh, I love this," but then they go and they have to play soft, and it doesn't work. It's great to use whistling as the example, because most people can whistle. So when you whistle, your tongue is coming up and down your mouth. To whistle high, your tongue needs to go high. It makes the hole smaller inside your mouth. You cannot whistle high unless your tongue is high. And you cannot whistle low if your tongue doesn't go. It's all about the speeding up or slowing down the air. Mm-hmm. Right? So you can play a large chamber mouthpiece and make it sound really bright and really loud if you know how to control the air internally, right? and let the reed vibrate. So if a lot of players, if they're playing tight embouchure, hear that?
Yeah.
Nasally, not a good sound, right? Because I'm playing tighter. That's a tight embouchure, right? So that's cutting off the reed vibration, right? If you play tight, you're cutting off the reed, right? So that will make very, very frustrating for players because they want to get louder, but the reed is being cut off, so it won't let them play loud.
Right.
So that's why many musicians, many sax players, they try to look for a mouthpiece to compensate for that playing too tight. So then they get these mouthpieces that are more like this.
Yeah, right.
That have a higher baffle and smaller chamber, right? So that helps them speed the air up.
Right.
So this does that, right? And people go, oh, that's what I need because I need that, because they're playing too tight, and they're not using their air internally to speed up and slow down the air. So this is the whole secret, actually, to playing saxophone.
在我们结束之前呢，我想补充一下，的确我真的看过很多人，比如说他以前是吹古典，然后呢，他现在比如说想要吹流行或吹爵士，那当然他就觉得啊，那我要买一颗高档版的吹嘴，尤其是你可能买一颗金属的吹嘴，然后结果吹起来了，感觉好像油比较亮了，可是你会觉得声音扁扁的，然后要爆的感觉，那这是为什么呢？这就是刚刚 Bob Sheppard 所提到，你的嘴巴可能咬太紧了，所以很重要，你要放松你的嘴巴，让竹片可以充分的震动，这样子你的声音才会是宽阔的声音。那这个部分呢，其实我在很多别的影片有提到，也许我把它放在旁边，你可以看。如果你喜欢这影片呢，不要忘记帮我按赞，那这对这频道对我来说意义蛮大的。如果你是第一次看这频道，你也可以追踪这频道，因为会有更多像这样子的内容，那不管是爵士的或是配件的。下期见喽。